Hey there, it's Kimberly Lucht, and today I want to talk a little bit about how to land features in the media. And so let's say you're just starting out, or maybe you don't feel like you're quite an expert in your field just yet. I want you to know that there's still room in the media for you. Like there's space for you because you have stories to tell, and the stories that you probably have to tell are a service for other people. Let's say that you did something that you wish you didn't, or you did something and you're glad you did. People kind of want to know what it is and how'd you do it and what not to do, right? So those types of stories, whether it relates to your business, your relationship, your finances, your house, your children, your family, etc., those types of stories are really helpful for people, and their ability to connect with you is increased when they're able to tap into that, and also the guidance that you have around those types of stories. So when I first started out, I didn't have any media features. I didn't really know how to put my name in the media or get in the media. And I was kind of didn't really know what I was doing. I was confused, and I felt like, I don't know, like I'm just starting out. Is this something that I can do? Short answer, yes, but I didn't know that at the time. Here are 3 things that I think make it a lot easier for you to get featured in big name media outlets, like some of the ones that I have been in include Business Insider, Create and Cultivate, Greatest, Money, Well and Good, etc. Right? So if you want some of those media outlets on your website or in your Instagram feed or wherever else you would post it, because I definitely recommend leveraging any media that you get and sharing and telling people about it. Whatever media outlets you feel like are like, those are my people, that's my media outlet, that's the one that I want to be in, there's space for you. So let me kind of dissect some of the things that I did in the very beginning to get into my first big name media feature, which was in Money. So Money, I wasn't necessarily a money expert or somebody who guided people with their finances, but I wanted to speak about something that I saw, at least in my space, which was scarcity mindset. And so I positioned a headline that I felt like was really, really valuable for somebody that was interested in money and money mindset and all that stuff. So I ended up sending the editor-in-chief something along the lines of the attitude you have to ditch if you want to get rich. And so I talked a lot about how when we spend money, we think it's not going to come back, or if we invest in something, we're like afraid that it won't get a return, etc. And I shared some tips and some stories about that. So my headline and my pitch to that editor was in service of the audience. And this is something to be really mindful of, because not all stories, not all topics are going to be the right fit for a specific media outlet, but there are usually angles and positions that you can make around that topic that will work for that media outlet. And so let's say, for example, you're into spirituality and you don't necessarily know if Business Insider or Money or Forbes would be a good fit. Well, remember that the readership is so large and so diverse that you really don't know who's going to be on their website and what types of people are going to be called to your article in specific. With that in mind, tip number 1 is to make sure your pitch, your article, and your headline is in service of the media outlet that you'd like to be featured in. That's number 1. The second thing that I want to talk about is what to do if you don't necessarily know if you're going to get accepted, or if you've been rejected a few times and not getting in the media just yet. I want you to remember that those pitches or any ideas for blogs or articles or whatever, you can use that on both your own website or specific websites that take those types of articles, like Thrive Global, even Elephant Journal and Tiny Buddha take submissions that are already written out, and acceptance is relatively high because you've already written the entire article, and so they're more than likely going to publish it on the website, depending on the type of article it is, type of story it is, and if it's the right fit. But the second tip I have for you is to write and put it somewhere. Even if it's on medium.com or Thrive Global or something else, or something that's like a peer publishing site, I would say. Anything is proof that you're a good writer, right? And so those samples are going to be helpful, because when you pitch in the future, you'll be able to reference, yeah, I was featured on Thrive Global, or featured on Elephant Journal, or featured on whatever other website with this story, and this is a sample of my writing. That's really important, especially when you're starting out, to have something that's like, yes, I know how to write. Yeah? So that's tip number 2. Make sure you have some sort of sample of writing somewhere within the pitch. Yeah? And so number 3 would be something along the lines of making connections with people that are in the media that feel organic to you and authentic. And so let me give you an example. There's a lot of editors in New York City, a lot of publishers, a lot of content creators, and people that work for big name media outlets. And so let's say I meet somebody at a party. I'm like, hey, oh my God, you work at Glamour, so cool. But I'm not asking them questions about their job, and I'm also not telling them about my job. I'm just getting to know them. Okay, so if you ever find yourself in a situation where you have a lot of editor friends or friends of friends, I want you to remember that they're people, and their personality is not necessarily all tied into their job, right? So there's all these different things that you could talk about. Oh my gosh, you're gonna go vacation in Mexico. Let me give you some tips. My mom's from Mexico. Being helpful in a personal way, not just in a professional way, will get you a lot further in the media world than just being so let me tell you about my pitch, or let me tell you about this topic. That's definitely not the energy that most people want to work with anyways. And so if you can come across as somebody who is loving, generous, really cares about them, they will want to work with you. And even if you have to do that in a virtual way of just connecting on Instagram and be commenting on their posts, being oh wow, this looks so great. Finding those contacts in the media world and treating them as if they were your friends, that's going to be really helpful for you when you pop into their inbox with a pitch and want to maybe be featured on the website, right? So that's tip number 3, is treat every media connection like a friend, like somebody that you want to get to know for real, and asking them questions that maybe they aren't asked every day, being curious about their lives, right? So I really hope this helps. If you want more of this goodness, I think you'd really love my free masterclass called Abundant Coach. It's all about time abundance, financial abundance, media abundance. So if that sounds like something that you would like, the link is in the description below, and I hope to see you on the inside. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao for now.